Hello and welcome to another episode of Aussie Pomcast. We're back again. We haven't been cancelled just yet.
Not yet. Almost. Getting close. No, we haven't been fired yet either, which is always good. Hi, HR. And here we are again, and we're going to kick off with Royals, I think, straight away. Straight into Royals, because we've got a lot to talk about. There is so much to unpack this week. So much. And let's first talk about old mate Prince Harry. So this is hot off the press. This is Prince Harry seen in his Travelist ad. So this is his eco travel company. Because
why are you saying like that?
Because he's all about eco travel.
Yeah, which is fun, right?
With his private jets, and it's all about sustainability.
Yeah.
Anyway,
what an idiot with his sustainability and his let's protect the climate.
And his mansion. I'm sorry, you're telling me you don't leave lights on? but it's like Blackpool Illuminations in his house.
Maybe.
Anyway, here he is. That's him, looking very cash in this ad, and he's tried to be funny. Well, we're not going to slag anybody off for that because
we're not one to judge on that.
No. Yeah. But look, here he is. His acting skills are absolutely appalling. I'm going to say that straight off the bat. It's clearly there's no Meghan Markle. I mean, because she's clearly an Oscar winner.
Isn't that kind of part of the charm of the advert?
It's so naff.
Okay, cool.
It's so naff. I think we need to watch it just to give people an idea of what they're going to be seeing here.
Or hearing, obviously, yeah.
So I'm here to rate you on your recent visit to Aotearoa, New Zealand in 2018.
Okay.
You'll be moderately happy to know that you scored 3 stars.
3 stars? Mm-hmm. Out of what?
100.
100?
No, out of 5.
Okay, very funny.
Okay, so as you can see, that was total cringe, and that's coming from us. So it's a bit naff.
How many adverts have you done?
How many adverts?
Yeah,
I don't need to do any adverts because the viewers and listeners come to us. All 5 of them. So this comes in light of some very hot news as well involving the Sussexes. So there's been some discussion now about the Queen's Jubilee. We're very close to that. It's happening on June the 2nd, guys. Mark it up in your diaries. I know you will.
I'm busy.
Yeah.
I'm doing anything other than watching any of that.
So Prince Harry and Meghan have been told that they will not be able to be involved in Trooping the Colour. Now, Trooping the Colour is one of the big events for the year. It's what a pomp and ceremony, and it involves a lot of the royals dressing up in their finery and standing on the palace balcony, as you would expect, waving and carrying on. Now, unfortunately for Harry and Meghan, that's only going to involve working royals this time round, which means Emma's Andy's out.
Good.
It means, good. Yeah,
no one's disappointed.
Harry and Meghan are out.
Yeah.
And so they're not involved, which is controversial because, they're going to be over in the UK, it turns out.
I think, you know how I feel about all of this. I don't really care about any of it.
Yes, you do. You don't sleep at night thinking about the royals.
Yeah. I don't sleep at night, but it's not thinking about them. But the whole thing about them not working seems like a reasonable point of distinction, right? As in... If that's the reason why they're not on the balcony, that seems fine.
Yeah, you didn't work, you don't come to the work Christmas do.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
No piss up for you.
Yeah.
I don't know whether they have a piss up. Maybe they do. Maybe they need it to get by. But anyway.
But they are still going to be very much involved, it seems, in some of the Jubilee celebrations, right?
Yes, and they've been very quick to point that out. Yeah. So no sooner had the palace made the announcement that they came out and said, no, we will be coming and we'll be bringing our children too. So Lilibet and little Archie as well. The other one. So Lilibet and Archie, we want to see Lilibet. We haven't really seen her yet. We've only seen that one photo of her so far. And if you see a little nod to her there with Prince Harry as well, he's got a shirt saying Girl Dad in his latest ad. I don't know how I feel. I think it's going to cause ruffle some serious feathers when they turn up because the British people do not like these two and they haven't forgotten.
I know, but half of the reason why they're not going to some of the things or why they're not invited to some of the things is because they have got a Netflix crew with them, right? So they're doing, obviously, behind-the-scenes footage of probably what's going to be some mega documentary down the line, yeah?
Priorities, though. I mean, it's like the Kardashians. Would you let somebody come into your house if they're going to say, I'll come, but I'll only bring my camera crew?
No, it'd be a bit weird.
Exactly.
But I don't know why anybody's interested in anything that's happening in my house, so it's not going to happen.
It'd be good TV.
But we don't really know both sides of the story. We don't know that they've said, of course, we're not going to let them into these bits or these things, but, they will be involved in some things. Otherwise, what's the point of a documentary?
I think it looks shocking as well, and I think it's a way to not exclude Andrew as well. I mean, there's talk that he's a favourite child of the Queen. Who knows? Has she got a favourite? And no. She's probably not going to say so. She's probably not going to deny that one. But yeah, it would single him out a lot if he was the only one not on the palace balcony. So I think it's a good blanket rule to have.
Yeah.
I do hope that we do get to see a bit of Lilibet, though. I mean, I've always said, they are a bit public property. And look, they've made I know it's horrible to say,
No, that's a really nice thing to say about children.
But no, they are. And the thing is, we deserve, they made a lot of money out of their links to the royal family. Come on, just give us a bit of something. Give us some happiness.
They didn't have a way out of that link, did they? It's not like they went, I just won't bother
but they've
being
used
related to these people anymore.
They've used it to their advantage, though. Sussex Royal and all that. Anyway, well, hopefully we'll see them very soon, but not everybody, it seems, has time to start a family these days. Now, this is a very interesting story. This is someone at Kier facility. It's told the Daily Mail. It's a concern because people aren't doing it enough.
Yes.
Right? And we mean it.
It.
Yes.
The thing. Yeah.
They're not doing the things.
I know.
They're not creating babies.
There's two kind of elements to this story for me. There's one that's like an interesting and probably a true thing, and one that's utter nonsense. Go
on. As a dad, hit me with this.
Right. So
right?
I know a lot of people that have had to go down the IVF route, right? And believe me, people aren't turning to IVF because they're not bothering to have sex and they're just going, that's the easy option. They might.
It's not easy, from what I hear.
Exactly. It's a really invasive and not particularly nice thing to go through, I don't think. So I don't think anybody's going, let's just do that.
I'd rather go for routine blood tests and injections instead.
Exactly.
Can't be bothered with the 9 minutes it takes.
And the 10 grand it costs per round. Yeah, nobody is doing that. That's absolutely madness.
Yeah, because I can't spare 9 minutes.
But,
sorry, however long it is.
Having said that, it doesn't surprise me necessarily. Not speaking from experience, I need to probably get this all in.
You're blushing now. Look at you.
Anyway,
Bakes is blushing.
That younger people who are trying to start a family possibly aren't finding as much time to have sex, not because they work any harder. That's all nonsense as well.
You tell me they've got a headache.
They've got more headaches. Yeah, they wash their hair more often. But no, because as I said, they don't work more often. Their night shifts used to exist, and on call used to exist. All those things have existed for forever, right? But the invention of the smartphone probably hasn't helped a lot of people, I think.
What, are you saying that they'd rather just scroll through Facebook and Instagram?
As in through work. They're obviously having to deal with emails out of hours, and they're having to check in. And I speak for both of us, I think, but we've got logins for everything that we do at work.
There's
on
an
our
app
phone.
for everything.
There's an app for everything.
It's just about.
And
not Pomcast yet,
there
but
is,
no.
God,
Not yet.
let's hope not.
God hope us all.
But there is a part of us have a responsibility to check into those things when we're not at work, and so that, of course, that eats into some of your time that you would try and do that potentially. But the thing that really got to me was the idea that with no actual data or anything to back it up, they've gone Netflix.
It's all Netflix's fault.
Netflix is killing the family.
Netflix. Ban it.
Absolute nonsense.
Yeah. Human race won't exist soon because of Netflix.
Exactly. So again, two things about that. One is, 30 years ago, they were probably saying the video games were killing off that as well. And probably...
TVs gave you square eyes.
100 years ago, they're talking pictures. Yeah, no one's having sex anymore because of the talky pictures. Right, it's absolute garbage. And now, Netflix is just a throwaway thing that you can say. But riddle me this, right?
Go on.
So Netflix is, on one hand, is single-handedly responsible for people not having sex anymore. And then on the other hand, responsible for the term Netflix and chill. How can you have it both ways?
Oh, checkmate. Well done. I love Bakes' analysis of why people are having sex there.
Exactly.
It's quite thorough.
Thank you. Yeah, I know. Well, it just really annoyed me. I just hate it when people go, a modern thing that modern people do. Let's blame that.
Millennials are the problem. Always millennials.
Yeah, exactly. But, anecdotally, people are having children a lot later in life. And so there are, fertility issues that do go with that, or fertility difficulties that go with that.
I think there's a lot more on women though nowadays. I think I've said this before when I've been discussing on other podcasts.
You're on other podcasts?
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal, Bakes. I do get invited places, But yeah, it's. I think there's a lot more on women now. You're expected to do a lot more. You're expected to tick all the boxes, travel, get a career, do this, that and the other. Life's not all about, popping babies out when you're 18. Unless you're from Huddersfield, of course, where it's completely acceptable, and I'm not judging anyone.
But again, that's another thing that is responsible for this, not for the things that they're saying. That's my problem with this, is that, yes, women are now more often venturing into careers whereby it's much harder to take the load off when you're kind of further into a career than it was when people were having children at 18, 19. My mum had children at 19.
This is it. And it's not like we're spending all our time down the pub or anything like that. It's Netflix, apparently.
Yeah,
but
Netflix
you couldn't blame anybody if they were spending all their time down the pub, especially if they are in Hull, because this chap, the Beautiful South, do you remember them?
Yeah,
Beautiful South.
Yeah.
Rotterdam or anywhere.
Yeah.
Liverpool or Hull, it seems.
Yeah. Very good.
Hey! Old mate Paul Heaton, he's a singer. His thing looks very different, doesn't he? Remember him?
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight.
He has, hasn't he? Looks great.
Yeah.
Anyway, good on him. There he is. I don't know I think he's drinking a tonic water there, but he's actually shouted everybody a drink for his birthday, and he's put some money behind the bar, unbelievably, at 60 pubs, also including this particular pub in Hull, which is their local. And they've said, as far as the bar tab goes, go for your life.
Yeah.
Go and get absolutely bladdered on our account. And it says it's a thank you for all the people who supported his music. Now, beautiful South, I mean, we know who they are because we're English, right? But a lot of Aussies don't know who they are. We're not talking here Rihanna. We're not talking Justin Bieber, right? We're talking the beautiful South, right? I think that's a lovely gesture.
What's the comparison?
But they're not like up here, are they?
Yeah, they were pretty big.
They were good, but they're not up here good.
Oh yeah, I don't know. They were pretty big in
Not
the 90s.
Boyzone.
Had a lot, they're not Boyzone.
They're not Boyzone. They're definitely not
Ronan
Boyzone.
Keating's not shouting anybody's drinks.
No,
Is he?
come on, Ronan.
I know. Yeah. So this space, I think it came about because for his 50th birthday. This is for his 60th birthday, doing 60 pubs. For his 50th birthday, he did he's very much into his cycling. So he cycled 50 miles. And did 50 gigs at 50 pubs to release a new album, all for free, basically. And so he wanted to do the same, but because of COVID, he's had to put that on the back burner, the new album. So he just said, in that case, I'll just put some money behind the bar at 60 pubs.
Just get drunk and spread COVID that way
Was
instead.
there any near you?
Yeah, there's a few. Well, there's one. Leeds, actually, is probably the nearest one to Huddersfield. I say Hull's not that far away. Loads in London, you know.
Well, no, there was a couple in London, but I didn't recognise them. London's a big place. I've been to a lot of the pubs.
Have you met the Queen?
I haven't met the Queen. I haven't been to all the pubs. And I don't know anybody at 10 Downing Street. But
we have spoken. I know we're off on a tangent here again. Sorry, guys, but we talk about all the time, right? We talk about I can go in my local pub in Huddersfield and I will recognise most of the people in there.
Yeah.
The barman straight away.
Yeah.
You tell me, this doesn't work the same in London, does it? I can't get my head around this. Tell me what the deal is. You can go into a pub and not recognise a single soul.
I'd be disappointed if I saw someone I knew at a pub. I'm at a pub not to see people.
He does have friends, right?
Yeah, I
does have friends.
Yeah, sorry. I'd like to see some people that I'm there to see, but I don't want to see anybody else that I know.
So you have one pub that you can go into and recognise anyone, don't you? That's it.
Yeah. There's one that's kind of a bit more of a kind of local vibe to it. But yeah, the rest in London, chances are you'll never see anybody that you know.
I can't get my head around that. I can't get my head.
It's based on population now. So if the more people there are, and the bigger the place, the less likely.
All right, you patronising git. All right, carry on. Right, carry on. Anyway, there's pubs all around Britain, Ireland, Wales, Scotland, the whole shebang.
Pubs all around Britain.
Where he's paying for them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I meant. Anyway, that's that. Well, go and get a free pint on the beautiful South. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. He's splashing his cash.
Save you some cash.
Yeah. Save you some cash, splashing cash. Let's talk.
Let's talk more things about.
I was on a roll there.
No, and I just helping you out, but you just kept saying cash.
Yeah, so someone spent a lot of cash.
Yeah, a lot of cash.
For a very important piece of sporting memorabilia. We're talking about Diego Maradona's shirt that he used when he scored that Hand of God goal. It's sold for an incredible, and this is Aussie dollars, the equivalent of $12.4 million.
Yeah, so 7.1 million pounds, I think it was. I don't think we know anything about the buyer just yet. Obviously, they have a right to anonymity.
We've got a lot of money. We know that much.
I reckon it's Messi.
Really?
Yeah. Why not?
Well,
he's got the money.
He has got the money.
I don't know that. I don't know.
Be a good tax dodge,
wouldn't it? I
completely
made that up just in case anybody thinks I've got some sort of link with Messi.
Yeah,
I don't.
He's well in.
Yeah, exactly.
He's well
don't know him. I don't know anything about the case.
He's saved in my phone under GOAT.
Leo. No, but so 7.1 million. And, pretty good news for Steve Hodge, who was the England player that was obviously playing for England at the time when Maradona did the Hand of God. Steve Hodge was a pretty average England player, to be honest, but he's played in more World Cups than me. I'll give him that.
This one happened. Well, I wasn't even born when this happened.
Okay,
so Hand of God,
1986.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Steve Hodge was on the other side playing for England when Maradona did this famous goal, but he also then went on and scored the best goal probably of all time in that same game. So very historic game. Steve Hodge is the one that swapped shirts with him at the end, and has tripled his earnings basically in one day by selling that shirt.
It's some consolation, isn't it?
Yeah. What you get to play professional football all your life, and then at the end of it, someone gives you 7.1 million.
You got to put up with that goal being allowed.
Yeah, God, yeah. And no, I don't think there's ever any consolation for that. We were going to win that World Cup.
Yeah, there we go. Well, at least he's made a fair bob out of it. Good on him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, would you like it in your house? I feel it feels a bit icky to me. I wouldn't want that in my house. Just feels like would you?
Yeah, painting.
Just wear it to
Just do
work.
it for painting and odd jobs around the house.
Wear it for cleaning. Oh dear. Well, I mean, yeah, ultimate rule breaker over there. Speaking of which,
what? Oh, right.
Case in point.
Who was the rule breaker in the Maradona thing?
Well, and a god.
Oh, I see. Okay.
As far as I can see, it's not in the rules, is it?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. That's very good.
Do you like that? That's quite good
and
for
we're
me.
moving on to what rule breaker now?
This chap
Kier
here.
Starmer.
Yes.
Look, I thought it was only fair that we really talked about this because we have given Boris a bit of a hard time over the last few weeks.
Yeah, so let's give the Labour leader a crack as well.
Yeah, I mean, he is obviously under a bit of pressure now to explain why he was having a curry and a beer at an MP's office during one of the lockdowns. Obviously, we know the Boris situation, the 12 parties, the fines.
Yeah, well, maybe he's just not many friends. He still broke the rules if he's having a curry and a beer with someone, I think.
Well, so he's obviously come out and said...
Work event, go on.
No. Well, if he's done it, then he needs to be punished. I don't think anybody really disagrees with that. But he's come out and he said he hasn't broken the rules as far as he's concerned. He is a former lawyer, so I don't know whether or not...
Yeah, we're getting sued then.
No, that's not... I'm not saying we're getting sued. I'm saying that he probably knows the extent of the law to an...
Yeah, right.
Anyway, he said
Keep
he
digging.
he hasn't broken... He says he hasn't broken the rules, and he says if he is fined by the Metropolitan Police, he'll resign.
If the police decide to issue me with a fixed penalty notice, I would, of course, do the right thing and step down.
Which is more than Boris said.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
So, well, hats off to him for that. He's going to own it and going to take full responsibility if he does get fined. But I think it's probably a bit of confidence that he thinks, checkmate, you can't get me.
It's all become very political now, unsurprisingly, because now it's basically, some of the Conservative Party have come out and said, well, it's easy enough for him to say that because the police will probably now not look into him on the basis that he's applied that kind of pressure on them. And other people saying he looks good either way because if he stands down, then he's done something that Boris didn't do. And if he didn't do it, then he didn't do something that Boris did.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
it's a very clever move, actually.
It's a pretty calculated move, if you want to be cynical about it. But yeah, look, I think fundamentally, if he has done it, it will go to ruin politics, I think, because it will just go to show that they're all the same. You can't trust any of them. They're all doing the wrong thing. Yeah,
I mean, how many people would have loved to have caught up for a curry or just for the sake of the mental health, see somebody, go and have a beer and a curry and have done the right thing.
Yeah.
We talked before about your parents, listen to the rules. We won't talk about my parents, but your parents did a great job abiding by the rules.
Yeah, well, my parents didn't leave the house for basically 2 years. So, yeah.
So, look, think on, right? The Bakers have been staying inside, so think on. Let's talk about our favourite subject. Your favourite subject. Let's talk about the football.
Okay.
Right now, if you haven't got your tickets to the Man U game at Upton, sorry, you're sold out. By the looks of it, hopefully there'll be another release because I haven't got my ticket. Have you?
I haven't got a ticket.
If anyone wants to chuck us a couple.
After last week encouraging people to go and see it, they already took my advice and I didn't bother. But,
sold out completely. Good for Perth.
Yeah.
Good to show some support for soccer in Perth. Football.
Stop doing that.
I know, but we've got to get through to some Australians.
Anyway, look, it's great that it's sold out. As you said, hopefully there is another release, and if there isn't, I think there still are tickets for Crystal Palace Leeds.
Yeah, I got mine.
You're going to that?
Yeah, I'm not sitting in the Leeds end though. Did think about trolling them, sitting there in my Huddersfield gear. Didn't fancy getting beaten up, so I'm sitting in the Palace end now. Are you going?
No, I haven't bought a ticket.
Come with us, you'll be right.
Yeah,
come and get beaten up with us. Be a good atmosphere though, and we've talked about this already. But if you haven't got your tickets for the Man U game, unfortunately you may miss out. I think on the back of, everybody thought Ronaldo was probably going to come. Still looks like he might, but we'll see. Hopefully he does. Be great to see him here. Be great to see him do some promotion of Perth while he's here.
Yeah,
if you're watching Cristiano,
Go and see his grandparents, wherever they live, in Sorrento or wherever they live.
That's probably somewhere posh.
Sorrento?
Yeah, sort of.
Anyway.
Posher than where I live,
We're
anyway.
talking about sold out tickets and not getting tickets. Were you saying that?
Yeah.
You had a bit
Town v Luton, sold out. So we're in the playoffs now. We finished third.
Yeah.
Everybody said we're going down.
Who said that?
Loads of people.
Okay.
Everybody said we were going down.
All the people.
All the people said we were going down. We are not. We are in third position on the ladder. We have a very good chance of going up. I'm loving our chances now, right? If we can beat Luton, we can smash Luton. We're at Wembley.
Is ladder the same as table?
Yeah.
Cool. I just double checking.
Did I speak Australian?
Yeah, you're doing
Australian.
Doing Australian again.
Australian again.
Yeah, so you're in the playoff. That's on Friday night, going into Saturday morning here.
Yeah, and Tuesday is the other leg.
Yeah, but you were worried that you were going to miss out because it was going to clash with something, weren't you?
Oh, stop it. You've out of me. Eurovision's on. Eurovision's on Saturday night, Sunday morning. It's all right. We're in the clear. No schedule clashes there.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to be pretty much nocturnal, though, this weekend.
Your weekend is watching championship football playoffs and Eurovision.
Yeah. I'm in the Eurovision fan club, FYI.
That is nothing. Yeah. You should not be saying that.
I just did. I know. I'm owning it. In fact, UK are set to do pretty well this time.
Are they?
Second favourites. Ukraine are looking like they're going to win it.
Well, Ukraine will win it.
Yeah. It's not political at all, of course.
And everyone still hates us, don't they?
They do still hate us.
Yeah, surely we get like...
Yeah, it's a good song though this year. Very good song. Yeah, it's good. Also, Australian song's really good as well. So
I can't wait.
You know, in Eurovision, Europe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly.
So excited. Shut up. If I get any text from you at 2 a.m, I'll know that you're watching it.
You absolutely will not get a text.
I won't get any text from you because you crap at replying.
Anyway, we can probably talk about all that next week. We can talk about Eurovision and, Huddersfield losing and England losing. What a nightmare.
We'll see. Well, if you're still watching us, thanks for sticking around. Make sure you hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. And if you're listening, thank you.
Thank you. See you next week.